Let's decode the IPL playoff scene and find out which team will emerge victorious. The battle for the championship is heating up. Who's ready to lift the trophy? In fact, let's take a look at those four teams. Number one, Punjab, followed by Bengaluru. Both these teams, they have 19 points each. It could have been either of them topping the table. They are followed by Gujarat and then Mumbai. When you look at the road to the playoffs, it's quite stunning because Punjab, they have 19 points after their 14 matches and 9 victories. So does Bengaluru after 14 matches. They have won 9 points and 9 matches and 19 points. Gujarat, after 14 matches, they are sitting at 18 and followed by Mumbai with 16. In fact, what does these top four mean? Who has a better chance of making it to the final? We'll try and find out the answers to all of those questions. In fact, I'm currently joined by former India cricketer Sabah Karim, who joins us at this moment. Sabah bhai, welcome to NDTV and welcome to the show. First of all, I want to talk about Punjab. This has been the year for the Punjab Kings. What do you make of the team? How do you rate them in this particular tournament? Because what we have seen so far, they look absolutely, at the top of their games. Every single pick by Ricky Ponting, they seem to be performing. What is that magic ingredient when you look at Punjab now?
I think Shreyas Iyer has played a big role, Osama. Before you take the name of Ricky Ponting, I would like to highlight the performance and the captaincy of Shreyas Iyer. I understand that both Shreyas and Ricky have worked together, but the kind of faith they have shown in the Indian uncapped players, that has worked wonders for Punjab Kings this time around. Earlier, even while both of them were with DC, I don't think Ricky at times was extremely reluctant to try out these Indian uncapped players. But this is the first time I've seen that both together, Shreyas and Ricky Ponting, they have backed all the Indian uncapped players. So it's Priyansh Arya at the top, you have Prabh Simran at the top, and then you have Shashank Singh coming down at number 5 and number 6, who have really bolstered this Punjab Kings 11. And on top of that, Osama, they do have a very good balance. Harpreet Brar, the left-arm spin bowler, has done well. The pace bowling unit has clicked at the right time. So I think so there are a number of factors that have worked in favor of Punjab Kings this time around.
Speak about a little bit about the Shreyas Iyer factor as well. And let me also go across to Atul Vasan, former India cricketer, who is also joining us. Atul bhai, Shreyas Iyer, what a magical season he has had this time around. He was bought for 26.75 crore by Punjab. They were very adamant on getting somebody like Shreyas Iyer in that particular team. They reached the playoff for the first time in 11 years. Again, this is all down to how they have managed the entire team, including how Shreyas Iyer has captained the entire team. He's also the first captain to lead 3 different teams to the IPL playoffs. Another feather to his cap. He's also the first captain to register top 2 finishes with 3 different teams. The only other 2 captains who have managed to do that are Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Rohit Sharma. Is this the greatest investment by Punjab ever?
Which is the greatest disinvestment in IPL? Then let's discuss that. I think the proof of the pudding.
No. When you talk about Punjab, it's specifically about Punjab.
I think So if you have to justify, spending so much money, and then you can actually gloat over what he has done in the past and what his record is. But I think he must be not feeling good because he's been left out of the England tour. I mean, that is the pride and joy of any cricketer to make the test team. And I think he might not win from here. He's taken the team. It's not just because of his captaincy, as Sabah was saying, that many things have to fall into place. It's just not the money you pay. It's just not the kind of expertise you get from a captain. It's just that, there's a X factor. The God particle has to, happen to you for a team to do well. And I think in spite of all his achievements, he has reached the playoffs, but he will not be gloating over all these past records and all that. And I will not actually attribute greatness to a T20 captain, even if he wins a lot. Because there's, as Sabha would tell you, it's not a test captaincy. It is a T20 captaincy where 4 or 5 people's dogma is enforced upon the team and what happens. And whatever happens there in the middle is most to do with potluck.
Okay. Sabha, Atul Wasan mentioned a very important point about Shreyas Iyer missing the test team. We understand, and there have been a lot of conversations about whether your performance in the IPL should it be considered for you to make it to the IPL team, etc., etc. What did you make of that decision of dropping Shreyas Iyer from that England tour?
See, Osama, I've been in that position before as a selector of the National Selection Committee, and I can understand what goes through the mind of the selectors. See, there are a couple of factors that has to be taken into account. Number one is one should not get carried away by recency of performances. More so in white ball cricket, we have done that in the past, and we have seen the result of such lopsided decision making. Number two is that you cannot ignore the pecking order that the selectors have prepared. Then it is unfair on such players or such performers who have done well in the past. So that is why I can understand why we don't see Shreyas Iyer as part of the Indian side to England, because youngsters whom they have taken, they have done well in the past in Ranji Trophy, and also they've been part of the India A side. At times, we feel that we do get carried away by performances. We feel, oh, there is a slot available at number 4, number 5. Let's pick X player who has done well. But I think you have to back the selectors in terms of the pecking order that they have prepared, and that is how you create a very secure environment for a team to grow. Shreyas Iyer undoubtedly is a wonderful player, but he has to go back and get lots of runs in red ball cricket. He has not done that. So that is why I think I can understand the pick of the selectors at this stage.
All right, let's also talk about Bengaluru. Is this King Kohli's year, Atul Wasan? Is number 18 this 18 season going to be the season for number 18?
Well, you look deep enough and long enough, and just see the chronology of everything in life, and you can attribute a number, and you can have a connection to that. So let's not go there. 18 doesn't mean anything, and I think the point is that as of last night, I feel that this might just be happening because last night the game was gone. Rishabh Pant had taken the game away. Yeah. But the way Virat's maturity and then he strung along that partnerships. He didn't get the highest score, but he was there, so his presence means a lot. And I think that is the cherry on the top for me, for Bengaluru to actually win. So I feel that it has not come in so many years. It might just be coming, but I would just like to see a new champion. But you never know. Mumbai has got that habit. And sometimes a franchise who's not won anything, they could be doing the best of the plays and the best of the decisions. But somehow they have got this inherent feeling, yaar, is baar phir hoga hamare saath. Phir jayenge hum. So that feeling to leave at home in the dressing room is impossible. And then how much can Virat get that out of the system? Because Virat might just be feeling the same thing about him and Bengaluru as well in 18 years. True. So let's hope and that 8 and 1 9 and whatever it is you were saying.
Actually, you need a new champion there. Come on. I feel for the tournament to grow as well, Atul and Osama, you need a new team to come forward. I think that will make the competition more intense. So this time you have RCB again in the playoffs. We also have Punjab Kings right at the top. So I think both these teams will have 2 chances of making it to the finals. So hopefully, I think one of them
Delhi is sticking to its consistency.
Let's not go there at all.
So, also speaking about Bengaluru, 7 out of 7 away wins, highest chase in the IPL for the RCB. This is also the 3rd highest chase in the IPL. Their match against Lucknow. What have you made of the team? Before at the auction, during the auction, and after the auction, there were a lot of conversation around how Bengaluru has done what Bengaluru does always. They haven't really picked a solid team. All of that has been written off because they have made it to the playoffs and they have done it in style.
You know what, Osama? I think this is the first time ever in the history of the 18th season that RCB has invested wisely in having a very strong bowling component. So they really went after Josh Hazelwood. They also got Yash Dayal as a left arm seam bowler, and I think the first time ever they are playing with two spin combination, Krunal Pandya and Suyash Sharma.
Yeah.
I don't recall that they have spent so much time in having a very balanced bowling unit that can help them win matches. Number one. Number two, it's the kind of role that has been defined for Virat Kohli. He's supposed to play the anchor role. That is why 180, 175, 180 run chases for RC been very easy.
Yeah.
It's the other batters who have upped the strike rate and have allowed Virat Kohli to prosper and play the way he wants to play, and that's the kind of role that has been described for Virat Kohli. On top of that, the other batters whom they have chosen, Phil Salt right at the top acts as like a buffer to Virat Kohli. Not
Yeah.
that at times even Virat has accelerated ahead of Phil Salt, but he kind of forms the bulwark of any start that RCB has got. And then down the order, you also have Rajat Patidar, you have Krunal Pandya, you have Jitesh Sharma. So you have so many batters who are willing to put their hand up and assist Virat Kohli in staying at the crease and at the same time maintaining the kind of momentum which is required whether you're batting first or while you're chasing. So I think the entire combination of RCB has done quite well. Hopefully they should take this momentum forward and win this time around. The kind of chase they were able to master in last night's game was unimaginable. Who would have ever thought that? I remember even with AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli, I don't think they were able to manage such big scores. But here come some new youngsters, uncapped Indians who have done very well for RCB.
Yeah. Atul, Wasim, very quick word on Captain Patidar as well, because not a lot of credit has been given to him for all the work that he has done with this particular team. Your reaction on that before we move to Gujarat Titans?
I think you can listen to my answer about and my liking towards T20 captaincy. That what about Patidar? He's done nothing as a captaincy. So why just attribute this all that has happened? It is just the team's ethos and the combination is working. And you said, after every auction, you just mentioned the point that every team feels. Have you listened to them talking after the auction when they spent 100 crore rupees and Sabha has been there at times raising the paddle bat, spending other people's money, and then once they discuss it, everybody feels that they've got the best team. In hindsight, 70 days later, now you go ask the same question. So जो होता है वही अच्छे जो होता है ना end में वही, because the story of Hunt is always from the perspective of a lion, not a goat.
All right, Adil Wasan, what has worked for Gujarat Titans? Is it Sai Sudarshan and Mitchell Marsh's combination?
Yeah. Please don't say Ashish Nehra only, Atul.
Because we'll come to Ashish Nehra. Sabha bhai will come to Ashish Nehra, but I want.
देखो Ashish, India में there's an understanding, there's a general feeling that the fast bowlers don't have any brains, so that is, he's defying that. So, that's why fast bowlers have never been made captains also. But Ashish Nehra, and this is a team we should talk about, because the new team, they won it, they came runners-up, and they've done so well. So something is happening there. Even Sai Sudarshan was not such a performer, they were still there. So they have always find some players, and in spite of Rashid not doing well and all that, they've still been there. So I think, they found some kind of... that God particle in their mix, and somehow whatever happens is, and I will not even say that it's Shubman Gill's captaincy, but the combination, the ease with which the coach and the captain and the senior team leadership actually has this feeling about each other, I think that matters a lot, because there's no kind of restlessness which you feel in other franchises who have got big names as franchise owners, and they've got too much pressure of owners onto the players. You know what I'm talking about. So this is really feel with franchise.
Maybe it is a Nariyal Pani, you never know.
True. All of us should try that now. But, having said that, I feel that, at the auction table or once the auction is over, you have a plan A in mind. Yeah. And then at the initial stages of the IPL, if that plan A succeeds, then you tend to follow the same kind of template and look to back similar kind of players or same players. There may be some odd changes, and I think it helps that GT once again have found the right kind of balance. Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan at the top. In initial stages also, they were in good nick. Then you have a decent middle order. Josh Butler, number 3, he has come in and scored vital runs. So that allows the team to grow in confidence. And then on top of that, you have a support staff that consists of Ashish Nehra, you have Ashish Kapoor, so many. I mean, it's an Indian think tank. So I think they tend to create a very conducive environment. and that actually helps the players to perform well on the field without too much of pressure. And I guess that's what has happened with GT. I mean, I'm really surprised that DC did not manage to do that, because they were also off to a very good start, but somehow or the other, quite inexplicable that they lost steam and they're out of the they're out of the qualifying race. But they also started on a very good note. I was expecting them to have same kind of faith in the players whom they have chosen. Somehow or the other, I think in middle of the season, once they lost, I think couple of successive games, they lost track of that kind of momentum.
Yeah, Atul bhai, I want to understand Mohammad Siraj, his performance with this particular team. What is your assessment of that? And also, Rashid Khan, his form seemed to be a worry, but they have managed to take that out of equation by reaching the playoffs. What did you make of the bowling unit that GT possesses?
No, it's delivered. I think the batting unit has been so mighty that the bowlers have had the luxury of always having those extra runs to defend. And even when they are chasing, and even they have gone for a bit, the Titans, find a way to chase the runs down. So I think sometimes it happens, sometimes one factor of your team is covered by the superiority of the other factor, which has happened with Titans. But I think Rashid is a worry, because somehow people have worked him out now. So he has to come back with another element, because he's been on top for so many years. I think you see new players coming in. Rathi is somebody, so they will have to show some, X factor next year. Because first year is the honeymoon period for all the players. I think second year, once people work you out, then you have to really struggle. And I think Rashid Khan, you might never know, because he's such a performer, he's such a wonderful competitor. He might be just saving the best for the last. So always watch out for Rashid Khan.
Right. Just to add to what Atul has talked about, Osama, is that the two bowlers who have really done very well for GT, and they have kind of bailed out the inefficacy of Rashid Khan this season around. One is Prasidh Krishna, and the other is the left arm spin bowler Sai Kishore. Prasidh Krishna has been phenomenal. He comes in first chain. He's been able to pick up wickets, the highest wicket taker at this stage. Quite similar to Atul Wasan, by the way. If Atul had played, one can expect Atul to come in the middle overs and bag some wickets.
I would have played for free.
with that extra bounce of Atul and the variations.
All right,
now my
lovely,
variations are used elsewhere.
All right, fantastic. We haven't really talked about Mumbai. We'll keep that conversation for tomorrow before the playoff. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being a part of this discussion, and I hope to see you guys again